So if you ask me what happened during the hour-long Slytherin live event of January 27th, and you wanted me to compress it into three things,
I got you, homie.
the first thing is that the devs are trying really hard to not only address the issues that we currently have at hand with the game, they also wanted to improve a couple things that we've either mentioned before or sometimes we haven't mentioned before. So I think it's quite nice. The second thing is also they mentioned a couple other things that are going to happen in the next month or so, and definitely not 2 months. And last of all is that we probably really need to give FLX a break, because when that man was presenting for the entire hour, I mean, he looked like he didn't sleep for 3 days, and like, yeah, we should probably go less harsh on him. But regardless, that's your compressed stuff. But obviously, I don't think a minute is going to be enough for you to consume all the amount of, or like the next couple, maybe dozen minutes that I'm going to dump info onto you. So yeah, my name's Corn, and let's get into it. First of all, is that let's talk about the game first, shall we? Like the game's like in-game stuff. They mentioned that they wanted to do things including, let's say what today you wanted to resupply infantry inside troop transports, so you didn't have to unload the infantry at a supply point. And that's actually quite a nice thought, considering that if your supply point gets artilleried, maybe your infantry and the transports will die, but in this case, maybe only the transport die. So this is going to be going to benefit like both people who don't click that quickly, or like don't have a really high APM, along with also saving the infantry inside of the transport. I'm not saying that they but yeah, like this is gonna help you a lot when you resupply stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then they also wanted, actually, yeah, the second part is something that I found really nice, is that they wanted to implement the exiting building time into transports as well. So if you wanted to unload infantry uh, in a transport or in a shit box, then it would take a certain amount of time. And if your infantry or if the transport dies during that time period, or during like any time, you know, whenever the transport has infantry inside, when they blow that up, it's also going to panic or maybe suppress the infantry that's inside of it as well, because that's probably what should happen in real life. And these two combined is pretty much summarizes what the entire community has been concerned about for the past couple months. And when I heard about it, I'm genuinely glad that they're working on it, and it's going to be out very soon in the DLC patch. So this is also very nice. And not only are they implementing these changes to transports, we also have something new about airdropping, which is since a lot of I don't think a lot of people really use transport planes, because sometimes they get shot down mid-air and it kind of just sucks losing everything inside, right? But what if today the devs decided, okay, so we're gonna have this emergency button where if you needed to unload right here and there, like, okay, right here, when you're getting shot at by enemy AA, obviously, or fighters, then you can do it. You don't have to like set another like airdrop path or something. You can just drop it right on the spot before, and drop as many infantry or units before the plane gets blown up. So yeah, that's gonna also be another change, which is, I think it's gonna be quite nice. We're probably gonna be seeing more airdrops in the future, because like, you know, you can just hit the panic button and all your stuff is just gonna airdrop from the plane itself. So that is quite nice. They also wanted to address the BMD spam, which is kind of like from the BMP spam that kind of emerged from like a since the past 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. I think they just like if they really wanted to address it, since they didn't like it, they could just change the price or whatever. But I don't really think like, as a lot of people say, this thing is extremely easy to counter as long as you know how to counter it. I've even made a video about it, so you can go check it on my channel. Maybe I'll pin it here, I don't know. And also along with a couple balance changes that is hopefully going to like, because they said that, you know, since the next DLC is going to be uh, an introduction to a new U.S. Uh, specialization, the Baltic Battalion, we're definitely going to see U.S. be a bit more dominant since they have new units. People aren't used to that, right? So the win rate's probably going to go in the U.S.'s favor even more. So they're definitely going to have to nerf a couple of U.S. units just to make sure that Russia isn't suffering too much. So yeah, that's about it for the like in-game stuff. Obviously, a bit of like quality of life improvements are mentioned. For example, like uh, the streamer safe mode. I don't know what that is, but like, I mean, I don't know what to call it, but obviously, you hide your chat, hide your names and your opponent's names, so like people won't be spamming slurs or like things that should be censored on their own platform, like in China, that kind of stuff. Like you can no longer send historical events to them, you know, like in chat, and then they get banned on stream. That's not going to happen anymore. So I think this is also you know, a change that was probably requested multiple times by people. So yeah, well, if you don't need it, then don't use it. And like if you enjoy an unfiltered game, actually, yeah, I mean, you know, you can still talk about those kind of stuff, but I guess the streamers won't see it, so it keeps them safe. It doesn't keep all right, I'm gonna stop yapping here. And then after that, this is gonna be a really interesting thing that they mentioned, but I don't think a lot of people are talking about at the moment, and that is the Elo compression. They mentioned compression because they don't want to reset. You know, they don't want to make the new players play against the players that have been grinding nonstop for 6 to 8 months since the game came out. They don't want that. They just wanted one thing, and that is to make sure that the Elo doesn't, like, the Elo gap isn't that high between players of a similar skill bracket. And if you wanted me to give you an example or explain it in an easier way, I can actually, why don't we talk about the video series High Elo Heist? I made this series because every time, like when I first started playing the game, like usually the people with high elo would be people that played the game a lot. And when I played against them and stole their elo, which at the time, like, I don't play that much, they have much higher elo than me, I would think to myself, dude, how are these guys elo this high? I mean, like, it's I mean, that's just my genuine expression. And it could say that, it could indicate that, you know, the skill that it takes to reach a certain elo is not really high compared to the elo that they're actually at. So obviously, I'm not sure that if they're really gonna like compress things. This is gonna be hard to explain, but basically what I'm trying to say is my guess for the elo compression is that if they compress anything, it's gonna be on the lower elo side. So actually, I can give you a real quick example here. I actually made an alt account, but I only played solo on this account just for the fun of it. And I've played 10, 11 games. I've also lost games, by the way. I mean, you know, like, yo, top 100 guy losing in low elo? No way, man. I mean, it happens. It's a 5v5, brother. I'm in elo hell. I can't get out of 1,000 points. But, yeah, like, I can play 10 games and I'm already, like, in an elo where if a new player wins against my team, I would lose. I mean, he would get a bunch of elo, and then I would still lose, like, not as much as I would normally on my account, but like that's how inflated I believe it is in, like, for new players, or like for more casual players, to say the least. So I think maybe like compressing elo to make sure that like your level or your elo is okay, your elo is a more accurate representation of your skill is probably a nice thing for the game. And I think, yeah, I think that's almost about it, except for the things that won't happen. I haven't mentioned the things that won't happen in the next DLC patch. It's gonna be things, for example, like, I think it was a question. I think it was a question where people asked, will we have faction-based elo? Because some people, including me, I am a very hard, like if you watch my Halo Heist videos, like most of them are gonna be US, right? I play US like 9 out of 10 games probably, and I am through and through US main, and that definitely says that I'm probably not as good as a US player. I'm probably not as good as a Russia player than I am a US player, and I think everyone would agree that if we had faction-based elo, like I think StarCraft has that as well, StarCraft 2, it would actually be quite interesting. So, like we would also have like 2 different leaderboards. That would actually be quite cool. So yeah, that would be quite interesting. I think I think it would be funny. And anyways, next thing I think that they were going to implement, but they're still setting up the framework for the game, is that the observation mode and the replays and stuff, like they're gonna put it, like, probably have to install the framework at some point after the DLC, and also make sure that observers can join during can watch your game during the match, and have, like, both allied and your opponent's view, which is going to be really nice. But I think this is only going to be for custom mode though, so no sneak peeking in your online gameplay. The last thing that is going to be in this video is that the DLC, like, remember the devs mentioned that they're going to have an open beta. They wanted the open beta to come out after the DLC, which is somewhere in February, not going to be early February probably, because like they mentioned that the DLC's release is kind of being delayed by the fact that they need more voice actors for voice actors for the DLC, and once they get it done, that's probably the last step before they release the DLC patch and they can get things going. So it's going to happen in February, and then after that we get the open beta for the humongous amount of changes that they're going to do. Like, they basically call it Broken Arrow 2.0, and only by then we will find out what's actually going to happen, what they're actually going to change, and hopefully they don't change the game too much, otherwise I have to learn the game again. But anyways, guys, that should be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this more condensed version of the patch notes, not the patch notes, the live stream. Hopefully FLX takes a break, and so do I. I will see you guys in the next video of either High Elo Heist or something else that I'm experimenting with. Or maybe Arknights Enfield. But again, like, bro, everyone's like dumping content into the game, man. Like, what the fuck am I even supposed to do about this game? Like, just have fun and like show you guys some clips? I mean, if you want. But anyways, if you want to talk to me on Discord or something else, yeah, feel free to join my my Discord. Like, there are some folks now. I actually got some people, and shout out to like Papaye and then some other folks who are chatting here regularly. Thank you guys for making this server actually alive. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and stay safe. Bye bye.